Hello and welcome. My name is Beatrice. On this channel, I share life and self development hacks for career growth. What I share is based on my personal experience or the experiences of other people that are close to me. So today, I really wanted to talk about burnout. I think, as the pandemic has progressed, um, you know, of course, a lot of us are feeling the burnout, the stress, including myself. I mean, over the pandemic, I've shared with a few of the people who are close to me how, being in quarantine and, or shut down, helped me to reevaluate, my purpose and, what life meant to me and what was important to me and what I wanted to spend my time on. Um, and I just saw a study that recently came out that talked about how, a lot of people are actually doing that. So there is actually data behind that. It was a Gallup study that came out that talked about how a lot of people are reevaluating, life and what it means to them and whether they are thriving or they are not thriving or, what they want to really focus on. So that has been my own experience, but I did see this study, the same study that I just talked about, the Gallup study. I'll try and put it in the description box so that you have access to it. But the study did talk about how, previously well-being and engagement, where had a strong relationship, which meant that whenever organizations saw well-being increasing, they saw engagement also increasing. And for the first time, as the study, the Gallup study was talking about, for the first time, these two now have a divergent relationship, which means that, as well being was decreasing due to burnout and stress and, just the challenges that we all went through during the pandemic, as well being was decreasing, engagement was actually increasing. So, people were working harder, people were more engaged, people were working remotely, but, engagement did not suffer. So, for me, how the study did explain, a lot of the reasons behind that, but in my mind, I can relate to that. Like, just because I was working from home or just because I was in, a shutdown did not mean that I wasn't working. Like, I wasn't delivering and, trying to deliver on objectives and, things like that. So I can totally relate to that. That even though maybe there was some stress and some burnout, people were still delivering. um it could also be because some people were laid off, some people didn't have a job, and so a lot of us also may have felt that at least I have a job, or at least I have something that I can work on and look forward to doing. So that was what the study had talked about. But today, what I really want to talk about is, how I deal with the stress and the burnout. When you get to the point where you feel that, oh my gosh, like I don't even know where the time went. I feel I need more time. I feel I don't have enough time. You're working late. You're waking up early. You feel like you're not focusing on what is important to you, or maybe even challenging what that means, anyways. When you get to that point, um what are some of the things that have helped me? And I'm in no way saying that I'm absolutely amazing at this, but these tips have helped me. So I'm going to share three key tips. The first one, and they're simple, they've been powerful, like they've really helped me immensely. So the first one is accepting that stress and burnout will not magically disappear. that, even if you don't do anything about it, it's going to change. It's just a matter of time. It's going to change soon. I'm not going to do anything about it, but it will magically disappear and everything will be fine, and we'll all sing the Lego movie song, everything is awesome. No, it will not. I think, just personally accepting that I have to be the one to do something about it. you know um I have to make it an urgent priority to change the circumstance. Nobody owns it. Nobody owns this. And I have to make this a priority enough, to get my attention, and enough for me to do something different about it. So that is, I think, it's just an acceptance that, it will not magically disappear. I have to do something about it in order for it to change. And then the second tip that I would share is, to aggressively prioritize your energy flow. Sometimes you're thinking, I don't have time. I don't have the time to do this. I don't have the time to do that. But look, I would challenge you to refocus on energy, instead of the time, right? Think about, how much energy is coming into the system and how much energy is going out of the system. How much are you putting in to yourself, from a well-being perspective, from taking care of yourself, from doing the things that fill your cup, the things that, bring you joy. How much are you putting in and how much is going out? Because if you're not putting in enough and all you're doing is taking out, well, you're going to be running on empty. And so really, I would say, you have to be like aggressive, like about prioritizing. Is this important? Am I focusing on what is important? Consistently asking yourself that question. I ask myself that question many times in a day. Is this critical? Is this what I'm supposed to be working on? What is the one thing that I need to focus on if it had to be just one? And trust me, I'm a detailed person, so it's difficult for me to choose one thing, but I push myself to, reduce the 10 things that I need to do to what are the top 3 that I need to do. And, giving myself that reality check that, this is the hours that I have. And so how can I use it efficiently, and not set unrealistic expectations for myself? So really, aggressively prioritizing your energy flow. And then the last tip that I would share is, recontracting with yourself, recontracting with your family, recontracting with friends, recontracting about your career, about your responsibilities, your roles, recontracting with your leader or your team. Anybody who is in some way taking energy out of, the system, really recontracting that relationship. And when I say recontracting, all I'm saying is reestablishing, needs. Oh, okay, now, I'm stressed. I need a little bit time, or I need help with this. Can you take this? Or, what, I don't really have to do things in this way. And picking just one thing to focus on. It could be, is it saying no, building your skill on saying no? I know I'm on a journey on that one. Or is it prioritizing work? How do I build my skill around really focusing on what is important, or prioritizing what is important to me? Is it making healthier choices, going for a walk, doing, some exercise, meditation, or eating more healthy? What is that one thing that, you're going to focus on? Is it filling your bucket? This is one that I really love. Like, what are the things that I do that makes me happy? It's not easy doing these videos. I'm not a a YouTuber, like somebody who has been doing this for a long time. But it fills my cup that I'm able to share what I know with other people, and all the messages that I receive from all of you, in terms from the comments, from the emails, those who text me and send me messages. One of my colleagues, spent time to send me such a nice note and said, "Hey, these videos are really helpful. So thank you for doing them. Those, it fills my cup. I feel I'm helping other people. I feel that you know, I feel like, I'm able to be useful to somebody else using my experience. And it's like just sharing 10 minutes of my time with somebody and it's actually helping them. That fills my cup. So, maybe doing something that fills your cup. Is it time to try a new hobby? Try to do something different. Learn golfing. I'm not a golfer, but, for me, the new hobby is like improving my editing skills, new softwares for doing things, things like that. So is it time to pick up a new hobby? Or is it time to reestablish your boundaries and become better at managing your boundaries? So these are the tips that have helped me. I'm in no way saying that these are medical related. They are not medical related tips. They're life hacks that, continue to help me on my own journey of managing burnout and stress. And if things are tough, talk to somebody, talk to somebody who can help you. You're not alone on this journey. You're not the only one that is feeling the stress and the burnout. Talk to somebody, if for nothing at all. They may be able to share their own personal experience, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I thought I was the only one who was feeling this way. So if things are tough, I would encourage you to talk to somebody. The 3 tips I shared, accept that stress and burnout will not disappear magically. You have to make it an urgent priority. Number 2, aggressively prioritize your energy flow. What are you putting in to your system, and how much is going out of your system, and trying to rebalance that. And then lastly, recontracting with yourself, your family, your friends, all those relationships, and just picking one thing that you want to focus on to try and improve. It could be saying no more, prioritizing better, making healthier choices, meditation, or eating healthier, or anything that fills your bucket. I hope that these tips have been able to help you. I would love to hear from you. And I just wanted you to know that you're not alone. It's tough, but you got this. So thank you for joining this space.